How many times in your life have you come to the bathroom, opened up the lid, and you see that it's totally backed up? What do? You've got a plunger. You can definitely plunge it. Toilet auger. Send it down through there, see if you can grab whatever it is and pull it out. But what if none of those things work? Then what do? How many times in your life has this happened? You come into the bathroom and you flush the toilet and this happens. And you can see it right away. You know what's going to happen. It's going to overflow. You see, that one just came to the top. But if we flush it again, of course, that's just going to overflow. How many times has that happened to you? Maybe you've had guests, maybe you have a young child, or maybe it was you. Maybe you stopped it up, maybe somebody dropped something down inside there. Either way, we've got to open this up. Let me show you how. This is called a plunger. I know that sounds silly, probably everybody knows that, but say you didn't know. This is a plunger, and it is a great plunger because it has a stem at the bottom. You can see it's flexible rubber. We know that something stopped up inside of here. We can try the plunger. Let's see if it'll do it. We'll push down and actually pull up. Nothing's happening, right? Nothing at all. A little water is being forced through, but not enough. There's still something in there. Let's push on it some more. Really hard. So you think that did the job? Let's go ahead and flush it and find out. So let's flush that toilet and just see. Did we plunge it out? Sure doesn't look like it, does it? You can see this is rising up, and eventually it's just going to overflow. Right at the top. So the plunger didn't work on that one, did it? What can you do next? Remember I showed you the auger? Let's go ahead and try that. Pull that auger cable all the way back. Get this down into the trap of the toilet. Push it hard. Then we're going to crank the handle and see if we can grab whatever's down in there. Put pressure on it, push it down through. Oh, I feel something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. I think we already grabbed a hold of it. But let's push it. Try to get all the way through. You can see the tension. See the tension on there? Let's pull it back. See what's on the end. Nothing yet. Just do it again. Cranking it. Hard, 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 hard. I'm right at the bottom of the toilet. I can feel it. It's got tension. Can you see this handle? See that tension? There's something right at the bottom of the toilet. Don't know what it is, but there's something right there. So I should be all the way through. Still tension. Did I grab it? You can see the water going down. Yep, there's something there. Ah, look. Somebody put something down there. What is that? You can see there's still something in there. That water's still trying to drain. Let's clean this off and do it again. Okay, we're going at it again. By the way, that was a paper towel. Remember, paper towels don't dissolve. You got to get all the way through. Let's flush it. See what it does. Pull this cable back. It gets stuck coming back. It means there's still something in there. Yep, still something in there. Probably more paper towels. So what do? Sometimes it'll break free and that water will flush. But remember something, those paper towels, that's what we found, they're going to go down the sewer line. They're not going to dissolve. Never put paper towels down there, ever. Never, ever. As well as any female products, if you know what I'm talking about, Kotex, tampons. Do not flush them down your toilet. Okay, let's flush it again. We've got that auger all the way through that toilet trap, went clear down to the bottom. You can see it's still filling up, but let's flush it. Take a look. Nice and clean. So those are two ways that you can try to unclog your toilet. So maybe you have one of these little hand crank snakes. And of course, it works the same way. You hold the trigger, you turn it, you can see the cable spinning, and that would go down through the trap. I would not recommend this. Number one, it's going to scratch up the bottom of your toilet really bad. But number two, this cable's pretty flimsy. You can see how easy it bends. This can actually hit your stoppage and then double back. And then you've got a knot in your cable that you won't be able to pull the cable back. So even if you have a handheld snake or if you rent a machine, do not run it down through your toilet. Okay, we've seen several methods to unclog the toilet, but what if none of those work? What if none of them work? We sent the auger all the way down through, and we know that it went through the trap, and we know that it went clear down to the flange, clear through the toilet, but it's still backed up. What do? First thing you're going to do is shut off the water, okay? Shut that water supply off. You might have to go to your main, but whatever you got to do is shut that water off. Next, we're going to take the lid off. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and flush and get all this water out of here. Hold the handle and make sure that all that water goes out as much as possible. If it backs up, you know, if it overflows, well, it overflows, but hopefully you've got enough with your plunger that it won't overflow. So you can see we've got most of the water out of there. Next, set your plunger down the toilet and push as much water out of here as possible. Get it all out. Clear down to the very bottom. You can see it's just holding a little bit of water. And that's good, because next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull out these toilet bolts. More than likely, down here in this trap, somewhere in here, or right at the flange, there's an object. Most common objects are small toys like a Hot Wheel, perhaps a toothbrush, or even a small comb, and it's stuck right there. So we've got to take the toilet out and roll it upside down to see if we can get that to drop where we can get it out. Let's take a look. So using your wrench, get this toilet nut loose, and you can spin it off. One of the problems that you may find, remember I just put this toilet on here for demonstrations, but one of the problems you might find is that toilet bolt's rusted. And that's a whole nother video on how to take this toilet bolt off of here. That can be a real pain. And that's why when plumbers come out, or Roto-Rooter, or somebody that's a drain cleaner like us, we're going to charge a little bit more if we have to work on this toilet bolt to get it off of here. And it might take an hour, it might take two, but it is not easy. I made it look easy because I just put this together for you guys to see the demonstration. Let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and take this toilet bolt off. And normally these would have been cut down to size and a cap on top of it. But again, remember I just put this together for a demonstration for you to show you what happens. And remember also, the reason that we're doing this is because something is lodged down in this section of the toilet. The toilet has a trap. It's right here. Water level. Right here's the trap. The toilet has a trap. Right here's the water level. That keeps the sewer gas from down below here from coming up, and you have no odor. But something got stuck in this system right here. And more than likely it's either in this bend or it's right down at the flange, and it's laying across the flange, won't let that water go down. And of course all the waste is in there too. Remember, we plunged the toilet. We got as much water out as possible. We emptied the tank. Make sure your tank is as empty as possible, because when we pick it up and roll it over, then you've got a real mess. So I suggest that you actually take this outside and work on it. Rolling it around in your bathroom is really small space, plus it might be tile. floor, scratch it up, could break the toilet. So I'm going to show you how we carry it out. To set this lid someplace safe, because it breaks very easily. So I'm just going to move it out of the way. Move all your tools that you have out here. It's nice to lay out some towels if you have them. Make sure that you have all of your nuts and bolts. Make sure you've got all those. Put them in your pocket or whatever. Usually you would replace these after you pull it. So keep them handy. And the way I like to do this is just grab a hold right here in the center. And this will make it so it's very easy to carry. Pull it up. Remember, it's got wax holding it down. Pull it up, and then we'll waddle it out. Just walk it backwards or forwards. Just carry it right out. So after you've went outside, lay the toilet on its side, and you can see this one right away. There's a toy jammed down in there. There could be anything down in here. I mean, Hot Wheels are a big number 2 item perhaps. Does this mean the child dropped it in there? No. It could have fell off of the top of the toilet. Maybe it was on the top. All kinds of things can get stuck in your toilet. What's amazing is, how did it get from here and go through that trap, come through this little elbow and get all the way down here? That's what's always amazing to me. But you have to play with this. This is stuck in there hard. Remember how much tension we had on the auger when we were trying to pull it out of there? Because it grabbed a hold of this. You got to get it. There it goes. We got it loose and we can pull it out. Okay, we've got it all back together. Remember, we tighten up those toilet bolts. We also put a new wax ring down below. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and put your lid back on the top, and then of course tighten up that water supply line and let it fill up. So we're ready to test the system. How do you do that? Of course, we could just flush it, but we would really want to make sure that it's clean, that everything's going to go through. Throw some toilet paper in there. Give it a flush. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, took that right out, nice and clean. Good swirling action, jets are working great. We're all done. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you, if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you. Have a great day.